and just levitate.
Okay guys, so welcome ulit dito sa ating YouTube channel. Ito naman yung lesson 3 sa ating trigonometry, the 6th trigonometric function. Okay, so let's have a perpendicular from point x comma y to the x-axis at a point Q. Determine a triangle having vertices at O, P, Q. The distance from P to Q is R since the distance is never negative. So ano ba ang ibig sabihin yan? So drawing lang natin, illustrate natin. So let's say ito yung ating Cartesian plane. So isa-set ko siya konti dito sa baba. So a point, the perpendicular to P x comma y. So let's say meron akong point dito. Gumawa ko ng ray. Ito si point P, that is x comma y. Okay, next is sabi ito yung O kasi ito yung origin. Okay, so sabi a perpendicular from P of x comma y to the x-axis, perpendicular to the x-axis, so meaning magkikreate tayo somewhere ng line dito. So dito sa part na to. Okay, then makaka-form tayo lagi dyan daw ng right triangle. So triangle having a vertices of OP and Q. So let's say ito yung Q, point Q. Okay, so lagi nyo tatandaan, in terms dito, itong nandito sa side na to, ito yung laging x value. Ito yung laging y. Then this is R, the distance between the origin and point P. R, it can never be negative. Also, yung x and y pwede. Okay? Sa part na to, syempre yung x is positive, yung y is positive. Pag nasa quadrant 2, iba na yung value ng x syempre. So, kunyari ito sa quadrant 2. Sa quadrant 2, iba na value niyan. Okay? Sa quadrant 3, iba rin yung value. So, let's say ito sa quadrant 3. Ito yung sa quadrant 4. So, dito sa quadrant 2, ang value ng x is negative. Si negative si x, tapos positive si y. Tama, dito, negative si x, negative si y. Dito, positive si x, negative si y. Okay, so hoping na ano mo yan. Ngayon, let us define the 6 trigonometric functions of angle theta. So, let's say ito yung angle theta. Okay, so angle theta is defined as follow. So, sabi, sin theta or sin theta is equal to y over r. So, ayoko mo nang banggitin yung mo dito yung opposite over hypotenuse, adjacent over hypotenuse. Hindi mo na. So, ang basehan ng muna natin is yung theta is y over r. Cosine is x over r. Okay, then next is tangent. Tangent is y over x. Cotangent is x over y. Secant is r over x. Cosecant is r over y. And muna yung gagamitin natin. So, where r is the hypotenuse, dito yung dalawang other side niya. Okay, so ayoko mo nang banggitin ulitin ko lang. Hindi ko muna babanggitin si opposite side, si adjacent. So, ito muna tayo. Okay, so let's have example. Hanapin natin 6 trigonometric functions, given yung isang point, tapos, syempre, lalagay mo lang dyan yung value. Okay, so no need na gawin siyang decimal, basta fraction, okay na yun. Okay, so number 1, example. So the terminal side of an angle alpha goes through point 8, 15. Find the value of the 6 trigonometric function. So the drawing lang ni sir. Let's say ito yun. Since 8, 15. So let's say nandito yan. Let's say ito si 8, 15. Okay, since 8, 15, obviously ito yung 8. Ito yung 15. Okay, so wala tayong r. So hanapin natin yung r. So what is r? R squared is equal to 8 squared plus 15 squared. Tama, then that is r squared is equal to 64 plus 225. So, what is 64 plus 225? 64 plus 225 is 289. So, r squared is equal to 289. Note that the square root of 289 is 17. So, kung tama ko ng pagkakalala, 289 is 17. Tama. So, therefore, the value of r is 17. So, in that, kaya na natin mahanap in the 6 trigonometric function. So, una si sine. What is sine? So, ito si alpha. So what is sine alpha? Sine alpha is y over r. So 15 over 17. So this is 15 over 17. Cosine alpha is equal to 8 over r. So that is 8 over 17. Next, tangent alpha is equal to 15 over 8. 15 over 8. Okay, next, para technique na lang, sa sine, itapat mo na lang si cosecant alpha, then baliktarin mo na 17 over 15. Sa cosine, this is secant alpha, this is 17 over 8. Then sa tangent, si cotangent, kasi sila ay reciprocal sa isa't isa, this is 8 over 15. Para useful. Okay, so sir, bakit positive? Kasi nga positive yung mga value ng 8, 15 natin. Okay, so nasa quadrant 1 din kasi si 8, 15 natin. So, ang dali niyan, positive siya. Okay, next is the terminal side of the angle beta goes to negative 3, negative 4. Find the values of the 6 trigonometric function. So, ganun ulit. Paano siya drawing? So, negative 3, 4, nasa quadrant 3. Okay, so let's say 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, let's say nandito. Okay, so pag nag-drawing ka ng triangle, ganito itsura, syempre. Ito si negative 3, 4. So, ito yung magiging drawing. So, syempre, ito ay negative 3. Ito ay negative 4. Okay, tapos ito yung r. So, hinahanap pa rin natin yung value ng r. So, what is r squared? R squared is equal to negative 3 squared plus negative 4 squared. Okay, which is equal sa r squared is equal to 9 plus 16, which is equal sa r is equal to 5. Kasi 9 plus 16 is 25. Square root of 25 is 5. So, note that si r is always positive. So, wala tayong pakialam. So, ang magbabari talaga dito si x and y. Since nasa quadrant 3 tayo, expected natin na si x saka si y is negative. So, si x dito is negative 3, si y dito is negative 4. So, start tayo kay sin beta. What is sin beta? Sin beta is, ito yung angle. Sin beta is negative 4 over 5. Okay, next is cosine beta. That is negative 3 over 5. Okay, kasi yun. Next is si tangent beta. Tangent beta is negative 4 over negative 3 or simply 4 over 3. Kasi negative over negative. Okay, yung technique dito, baliktarin lang. This is cosecant beta is equal to 5 over negative 4 or negative 5 over 4. Secant beta is equal to 5 over negative 3. Then, cotangent beta is syempre 3 over 4. Kasi magiging positive din naman. Okay, so napansin mo, binabaliktad ko na lang dito. Mas madali kasing tignan. Okay, so ganun siya kadali, ganun ka-basic to pag 6 trigonometric function. Okay, so number 3, if tangent A is equal to 3 over 4 and the terminal side of angle A is on quadrant 3, find the other trigonometric function. Okay, so medyo kakaiba na, no? So, nasa quadrant 3 daw siya. Okay, so sa quadrant 3, no? Sa quadrant 3, si x is negative, si y is negative. Okay, another given natin is si tangent A. Si tangent A ay alam natin y over x. Or simply this is 3 over 4. So, aware tayo na yung value talaga nito na y over x is 3 saka 4. So, nawawala si radius. Okay, pero sabi dahil quadrant 3 siya, ang value talaga nito is negative 3 over negative 4. Ayun talaga siya. Kasi nga quadrant 3. Okay, so let us find yung r. So, r squared is equal to negative 3 squared plus negative 4 squared. So, simply r squared is equal to 25 or r is equal to 5. Kasi similar eh. Okay, so ngayon hanapin natin si sin. So, sin theta. So, sin A, sin A is negative since ito yung y, no? Y over x. So, dahil sin, that is negative 3 over 5. So, this is negative 3 over 5. Next is cosine A. Si cosine A is negative 4 over 5. Si tangent okay na. So kunin ko dito si cosecant. Si cosecant A is 5 over negative 3. Si secant A is 5 over negative 4. Then si cotangent A is simply 4 over 3. Okay, so ganun lang siya kasimple. Ang dali-daling hanapin. So in 2 minutes, nasolve natin siya kaagad. So drawing ko na lang din para makita nyo. So yung fourth part na to, nasa quadrant 3 daw siya. So dahil 3 yon, so meaning negative po. So 4 to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So somewhere nandito. Ayun yung itsura niya. Ito si beta, ito si A. Ayun yung nag-itsura niya. Okay? So ganun lang. Gamitin 6 trigonometric function. Napakadali. Malocate mo lang na maayos. Easy na yan. Okay? Then next is the values of 6 trigonometric functions for quadrantal angle. So, inilagay ko na dito para maging very useful sa atin. Sabi ko nga, pero nung si 0 degree, ang sine is 0, cosine is 1, tangent is 0, cotangent is undefined, secant is 1, cosecant is undefined. So, ito ay pwede nyong at least magamit. So, quadrantal lahat yan. Si 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. Okay? So, napansin mo dyan lahat. Okay, so next is, try natin. Andiyan na yung value ha, hindi ko na masyadong, kasi parang babasahin ko lang naman eh. Okay, so let's have example. So example, evaluate 3 secant 180 degrees minus 5 tangent 360 degrees. So ang gagawin mo lang, hahanapin mo lang siya. So ano yung secant 180 degrees, ano yung tangent 360 degrees. So dito na lang. So this is equal only sa 3. So what is secant 180? So 180, what is secant? That is negative 1. Tama? So that is negative 1 minus 5 tangent 360 degree. What is tangent 360? That is 0. So this is times 0. Okay, so therefore this is equal sa negative 3. Napaka useful. Tama? Next is evaluate natin si 5 sine squared 90, 2 cosine squared 270 sa 7 tangent squared 360. Note that si sine squared, pinari na nga, si sine squared theta I can be read as sin theta square or square of sin theta. Ayan naman talaga yung totally basa dyan. Hindi sin squared 90 degree. That is square of sin theta. Sin 90 degree. Ganun yung nangyari. Okay. So meaning ito ay parang naka-square. So anong gagawin? That is 5 sin 90 degree. So this is equal sa 5. What is sin 90 degree? Sin 90 degree is 1. So that is 1 squared. Kasi naka-square. Plus 2 cosine 270 degree. That is 0. Pero lagay pa rin natin yung square kasi naka-square eh. Minus 7 tangent 360 degree. Okay, that is 0 tapos naka-square. Okay, then this is equal sa, simply this is 5. Kasi 0 na yung dalawa eh. Wala na yan eh. Okay, so napaka-useful na itong values ng 6 trigonometric function for quadrantal angle. Pwede mo ma-memorize. Madali lang naman yung talaga ma-memorize, to be honest. Okay, so let's have the first identity para sa ating trigonometry. Sorry kung hindi ko nasulat dito. So lagay ko lang dito. This is cotangent theta. This is tangent theta. Okay, this is the reciprocal identity. Sin theta is equivalent to 1 over cosecant theta. Cosecant theta is equivalent to 1 over sin theta. Cosine theta is 1 over secant theta. Secant theta is 1 over cosine theta. Tangent theta is 1 over cotangent theta. Cotangent theta is equal to 1 over tangent theta. So, ito ay magagamit natin siguro sa Pythagorean identities pa. Pag andun na tayo. Pero magagamit din naman natin to. Kunyari, pinahanap ko sa iyo yung cosine 90 degree, cosine 30 degree. Ano siya in terms of sine. So, hanapin natin ang value na yun. Okay, so try natin sa example to, mga to. Okay guys, so magkakaroon tayo ng example dun sa ating reciprocal identities. Manuman lang ma-appreciate nyo paano siya i-apply dito. Okay, so sabi, number 1, this is find sin theta for each of the following. So cosecant theta is 4 over 3 for letter A. Letter B, cosecant theta is equal to negative square root of 12 over 2. So for letter A, ito yung solution. Okay, note that sin theta is equal to 1 over cosecant theta. Okay, and that is equal sa ano yung cosecant theta natin? Cosecant theta para doon is 4 over 3. Okay, then this is equal sa 3 over 4. Okay, so ganun lang siya kasimple. So for letter B, so I think may konting rationalization to. So for letter B, note that again that sine theta is equal to 1 over cosecant theta, which is equal to 1 over negative square root of 12 over 2. So which is equal sa 2 over negative square root of 12. So by rationalization, i-multiply natin by square root of negative 12 over negative 12 yan. Okay, and that is equal sa, lagay ko nito yung negative 2 square root of 12 over 12. Then simplify further, that is equal sa negative square root of 12 over 6. So ito yung value ng sin theta para dito. Okay, so ganun siya kasimple. Next, for number 2. So number 1 yan, sorry. Hindi ko nalagay. Okay, so for number 2, find the tangent of each of the following angle. So given that cotangent gamma is equal to 2. So pagkakalala ko gamma yung basa dyan. So note that tangent gamma. So paano nga ba isulat yan? Tangent gamma is equal to 1 over cotangent gamma, which is equal sa 1 over, yung cotangent gamma is 2. So therefore, tangent gamma is equal to 1/2. Okay, next is, what is tangent delta? So that is delta. So tangent delta, again by reciprocal identity, this is equal to 1 over cotangent delta, which is equal to 1 over square root of 3 over 3. Then pag sinimplify, that is 3 over square root of 3. Then rationalize, multiply by square root of 3 over square root of 3. That is simply 3 square root of 3 over 3, which is equal sa square root of 3 kasi makakancel yung 3. So therefore, ito yung value ng ating tangent delta. Okay, next is meron itong very useful lang na ito yung theta in quadrant. So meaning yung angle in every. For example, sin theta, ang sign niya sa quadrant 1 is positive. Si cosine positive, si tangent positive, si cotangent positive, secant positive, si cosecant positive. Lahat sila positive doon. Pagdating sa quadrant 2, si sine is positive, si cosecant is negative, si tangent is negative, si cotangent is negative, si secant is negative, si cosecant is positive, and so forth. Si quadrant 3, si quadrant 4, andyan na naman yung mga sign. So very useful siya. Then another remark, meron tayo dito. So magagamit ito yung table na yan. So we have remark, so for any angle theta, so meaning arbitrary yung angle theta na yan, so kahit sino yan. Ito yung una, number 1. Number 1, sabi niya, yung negative 1 less than or equal to sin theta less than or equal to 1. Anong ibig sabihin? Yung sign ng kahit anong angle ay in between negative 1 and positive 1. So possible siya na mag 1, possible na mag negative 1, pero hindi na mag-exceed. So for example, 1.2, wala nang possible angle, wala nang angle na makakapaglabas ng 1.2. Wala nang angle, kunyari sin 7, kaya sin something is equal to 3, walang ganun. Ayun yung ibig sabihin. Okay, and also, for cosine, ganun din. That is in between negative 1 and 1. So, napaka-importante yan. Magagamit mo yan somewhere, lalo pag squeeze theorem, lalo pag kumukuha ka ng limit ng mga trigonometric function. So, napaka-importante. So, sana sumaksak din sa isip mo na, okay, si sine sa si cosine theta in between negative 1 and 1 only. Okay, next is, sabi, si tangent theta and cotangent theta may be equal to any real number or may be defined in any real number, not just equal. Okay, so meaning, kunyari, tangent of something, so kahit anong value lumalabas yan, so kahit anong makukuha mo sa tangent theta, sa cotangent theta, so for any real number. Okay, next is number 3, yung secant theta is less than or equal to negative 1 or secant theta is greater than or equal to negative 1. Baliktad dito, ito in between, tama, ito outside. So, mas mababa pa siya sa negative 1 or equal sa negative 1 or mas mataas pa siya sa equal sa 1, pero walang 0 dyan. Walang secant 0, walang secant theta is equal to 0, walang secant theta is equal to 1 half, walang mga ganun. Okay, walang negative 1 half, wala silang mga ganun, walang mga value na ganun, walang angle. Same as cosecant theta is less than or equal to negative 1 and cosecant theta is greater than or equal to negative 1. Opposite yan. Ulitin ko lang ha, itong part na to, siya yung in between. So yung nasa loob, dun lang siya define. Pagdating sa 3 and 4, outside. Yun yung ibig sabihin. So parang, sir, ibig sabihin, inverse sila sa isa't isa. Hindi naman inverse, literal. Ano lang yan? Ay, definition lang yan. So, doon na siya nadidefine usually. Okay, so let's have example. Decide whether the following statements are possible or impossible. Then explain natin. Okay, next. So, for letter A, sorry. Sin theta is equal to square root of 8. Okay, ngayon, check natin. Sin theta is equal to square root of 8. Ano yung square root of 8, by the way? Sir, square root of 8 is 2, square root of 2, or simply 2.82. Sir, ang sabi po ni remark number 1, si sin theta ay in between negative 1 and 1 lang. Pag nag-exceed ako sa 1, which is this 2.82, hindi siya pwede. Okay? So, this is impossible. Dahil ka lang. This is impossible since square root of 8 is greater than 1. Kasi mas mataas siya dun sa 1 eh. So, there is no theta or angle theta that will make sin theta is equal to square root of 8. Kasi nga lagpas siya. Okay? Next. Sabi, letter B, tangent theta is 110.47. Ano sabi na remark number 2? Si tangent theta sa si cotangent theta, sa kahit anong value, possible siya. May lalabas na value. So, this is possible. Okay, so no need na to explain kasi wala naman siyang restriction. Okay, next. Letter C. Secant theta is 0.6. Again na, 0.6. Note that secant theta must be greater than or equal to 1 or less than or equal to negative 1. Note, this is impossible since si 0.6 is less than 1. Okay, dapat mas mataas eh. Si 1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, lahat dapat ganun siya. Okay, so there is no theta that satisfies secant theta is equal to 0.6. Walang makakapag wala kang theta na mahanap na yan yung lalabas na value. So, napaka-useful ng remark na yan. Yan yung tandaan mo. Okay? So, at least, makikita mo na ang dami palang sinasabi. Isa to sa mga big thing na pinag-ready ko dito sa Trigonometry kasi gusto ko, nag-research muna ako ng madami-daming book. So, ginather ko lahat ng mga information na kung saan makakuha natin lahat ng possible na makukuha yung tanong. Lalo pag nag-higher math ka na. Lalo pag nag-trigo ka na, nag-physics ka na, or not differential calculus, integral calculus, tapos differential equation. Basta may trigonometry, medyo masakit siya. So, at least, naibibigay niya sa lahat. Okay? So, next is number 2. Find the values of the other trigonometric function given that sine theta is equal to square root of 3 over 5 and cosine theta is less than 0. So, medyo nakagulat, no? If si cosine theta is less than 0, therefore, si cosine theta is negative. Tama? So, ano ba ibig sabihin ng square root of 3 over 5 na yan? Ano nga ba ibig sabihin ng square root of 3 over 5 na yan? So, note that sin theta is equal to y over r, which is square root of 3 over 5. Tapos, si cosine daw is less than 0, which mean that this is negative. Tama? So, ibig sabihin, yung lalabas na value natin, so, ang missing kasi is x eh. So, sa ating Pythagorean theorem, r squared is equal to x squared plus y squared. Tama? Then, kunin natin yung value ng x. So, r squared minus y squared is equal to x squared. Then, substitute natin yung mga value. Note that r is 5 squared. Y is square root of 3 raised to 2 is equal to x squared. Note that this is 25 minus 3, which is equal to x squared. Tama ba? Then that is 22. That is x squared. This is x squared. So this is equal sa square root of 22 is equal to x, which means this is negative square root of 22 is equal to x. Ayan yung value. Sir, bakit negative? Kasi nga, quadrant tayo. Yung cosine theta is less than 0. Eh, yung x natin yung cosine eh. Kaya na siya yung cosine. Okay, so check natin. ito na yung gagawin. So, meron tayong sin theta. So, sulat ko si cosine theta. Since si cosine theta is x over r, so that is negative square root of 22. That is negative square root of 22 over 5. Sulat ko si tangent theta. So, since negative siya, so this is square root of 3 over negative square root of 22. Okay, so pag ni-rationalize mo, ano siya pag ni-rationalize? That is multiplied by square root of 22 over square root of 22. This is square root of 66 over 22. That's negative. Ayun yung value niya. Okay, since may sign na tayo, pwede ko na rewrite dito si cosecant. Si cosecant theta is simply 5 over square root of 3, then rationalize square root of 3, then square root of 3. So this is 5 square root of 3 over 3. Okay, so huwag kalimutan na mag-rationalize din. Next is secant, meron tayong cosine dyan. So secant theta is simply 5 over negative square root of 22. So pag ni-rationalize, ito yung result. So negative 5 square root of 22 over 22. So rationalize mo lang, ganun yung mangyari. Next, tangent theta, baliktarin na lang natin to. So ito baliktarin naman, no? So i-multiply naman siya by 3. I guess. So similar pa rin naman ang sagot. Cotangent theta is equal to negative square root ng 66 over 3 nga lang. Yan yung magiging result niya. Okay, so ayan yung mga other trig identities. Ito, at ito. Okay, so hoping na may natutunan kayo sa video na to. So nag-focus lang talaga ako sa coterminal angle, I guess. Sorry, sa 6 trigonometric function, sa coterminal angle, tapos yung ibang value. Okay, then ito tinuro ko rin ito mga pa. So hoping na marami ka rin talaga nakita o natutunan na okay, very useful sa akin someday. Okay, so thank you. So na mag-proceed ka pa sa next video natin.